Oh, so he's French on top, and
Yeah, I think we're reversed.
I think is that a wax or what do you got going there?
Yeah, it's a perm.
I've seen your pants wear the hair off, but I've never seen you wear pants.
It's very rare. I try not to.
Let's clarify. I've seen him wear shorts. He's always wearing shorts. He wears shorts, but yeah. Like I've got like spots like where my pockets are. You don't want to, well, I'll show you real quick. Hang on a sec. Wait, stand back. I should have said stand back. I'm so sorry. That never happens.
Well, in a previous life, I wore dress slacks every other week. So
to the point where he calls them slacks and not pants. So the actual with a pleat or with a crease and shit.
Yeah, some did.
Cuffs.
Some had them.
Yeah, like the cuffs. I would always trip on the cuff.
We moved away from those in the last 10 years.
Yeah, I'm a little older. Yeah.
We got rid of the pleats also, and the front pleats as well. We just went to a straight.
The Sands belt.
Yeah.
It looks like Jimmy Johnson coaching at this big wide waistband.
Are you wearing a cummerbund? Yeah.
It's the pleats. Anchorman.
Yes.
Yeah.
Don't tell me you're not impressed.
It's got a massive erection. It's the pleats.
Feel it down in my plums.
Oh my God. I really don't watch that show. Is it Eastbound and Down?
I've seen it. I don't watch it, but I
think that's the outtake that you see with Daryl from The Office.
Yeah.
And
Kenny Powers,
which is he's in so many great movies.
Yeah, he's in a ton of stuff.
And then was there one other guy? It was Will Ferrell.
Will Ferrell, yeah.
Will Ferrell, guy from The Office, and Kenny Powers or Danny Masterson or something like that.
No, he's in jail. Not him.
That's the guy from the
Danny
70s
McBride.
Show. So Danny, I got the Danny.
You got the Danny and the M.
But not the
Danny Masterson is he was a Scientologist and he's in jail now he was the guy from the 70s show.
Like
30 years or something.
He must have raped many people or
it was a couple. I didn't follow it super close, but there was a couple of individuals that he was charged with, I believe.
He's married to a famous, or was married to a famous.
Yeah, I don't know
actress.
if they still are.
He's married to some dude named fucking Bubba.
His brother is Chris Masterson
from
Malcolm in the Middle.
It's the older brother.
They're bringing that back. Did you know that? Did you ever watch it?
Yes, I love that show.
Great show.
Breaking Bad guy.
Yeah. Bryan Cranston.
The older brother.
Yeah, he was like in high school at the time, so it was Reese, Malcolm, and Dewey was the young one, and then they had an older guy. I can't remember his name in the show, but it was
he like Chuck from Happy Days?
He was at military school. But
that's right.
So there were 4 kids?
There was 4 kids, all boys.
So I think I remember Reese.
Reese, he was like the older one in the house.
But Reese isn't Masterson's brother.
Nope. He was like the troublemaker.
Yeah.
And then there was the goofy looking young kid.
Yeah.
And then Malcolm, who was Frankie Muniz, and he was, gone on and done racing and everything. And then, Chris Masterson was the older brother. And I can't for the life of me remember what his name was. But, yeah.
Well, you know what? On Monday, the library opens.
Yeah,
it's a federal holiday.
We'll look it up.
We're the ascertainers. Deal with it. There's no refunds. Also, we don't charge. So that's a plus. This is a special episode. What was his name?
Francis.
Isn't it also the dad's name?
No. Hal. Hal was the dad.
Nice. You like that show a lot.
That was a great show.
I watched it casually.
It was semi-reminiscent of my childhood in ways. I had a lot of brothers, and our house was a little chaotic,
rambunctious.
So
where were you in the order?
I was second, so I would have been the Reese, which kind of actually makes sense.
You look or act like a Reese.
Yeah, I maybe was responsible for most of my parents' gray hair. So sorry, Mom and Dad, but
hey,
I had fun.
My dad was practically bald after us, so hey, it's all good.
Yeah.
By the way, we are the Ascertainers. It's a podcast. It's what we do on Friday nights about every other week. I am Jim. I am the understudy and peer, but let's face it, this is Mark's brainchild. So yeah, thanks for joining us. And we have a special guest tonight. This is our second of 2 episodes that we're recording in a single night. So the first one was great. So this one no pressure, should be really, really good. But yeah, we have a mystery guest. He has chosen to remain anonymous for, I don't know why. It could be because he's famous or not. But anyway, Mr. X, you want to say hello?
Hey, how you doing? Yeah, so first time, second time, right? Does that make sense?
Perfectly phrased.
Perfect.
On a podcast, your first time.
First time on a podcast. This is my first appearance here, but technically second, because
second episode.
Right.
But yeah, I would say that we have had, I don't know, we had 10 guests on, probably about. I would say that you have acclimated more quickly than maybe my brother Jeff. So maybe he's on the podium. You're here on the top.
It's all right. We like medals. I'll take a medal.
Upper echelon. Yes. There's no shame in silver.
I didn't think he did that well.
I think there's no shame in bronze, which is what I got golfing.
Sorry.
Oh, Mark
Did I say
notes.
that out loud? I apologize.
Mark,
No, that's all right.
Please share your notes, Mark. He was too comfortable to talk too much. Oh yeah, I can see how that would bother you. I go every episode. I go, Mark, I feel like I talk the whole time. He goes, yeah, well, that's what a podcast is. And I'm like, you could talk too.
Can I?
Can I? All right. Okay, so the first episode, we really didn't get to much of what I wanted to.
Is it your podcast? We didn't get to what you wanted to? Son of a
sarcastic much? I like how you can wear anything. Okay, so
you should tell the people why you reference that.
There's so much. No, I actually don't even remember why. It's because how women talk to each other.
Yeah,
Yes.
well, I had brought up, so me and my guy friends, or I watch you guys interact, and you guys are pretty good friends, and guys one to another can say literally anything to each other, and it's most of the time some of the most vile things they're going to hear throughout the week, and they don't care even a little bit. That's just how we interact with one another. And girls will interact with one another and be like, oh my gosh, I love your hair, I love your shoes, I love your purse, whatever. And then the moment that lady walks away, they're like, I can't believe she fucking bought that. And it's just like the clear contrast. The differences between men and women are very evident, but that's always been the most obvious one to me.
I really haven't spent a lot of time thinking about it, but it's spot on. And in my opinion, the more ragging you get from your fellas, the
more we like you.
It's like a status thing. It's like if
It
you
is.
don't get ragged on, you're like, oh, I better do something, raggable.
Yeah.
But
yeah, that is absolutely true. The more I talk poorly to my friends, the more endearing it really is.
that's the word.
Someone who's new to the group, if they're not getting ragged on, they don't feel accepted.
Right. That's
So-
absolutely true. You do feel a little, like you said, not that I want to get made fun of, but if everybody else is getting made fun of, why aren't you guys making fun of me?
So here we are, and is an associate of ours that
He's not even catching it.
fuck. How many times did I say it?
Just twice.
All right. So, Mr. X is an associate of Mark and I's. He chooses to remain anonymous, half for the mystique, half because of the authorities. But either way, we're glad to have him on. And all of our conversations prior to podcasting have always been fun. And that's carried right over to the podcast. So way to go. And I wanted to ask something. Oh, it's your first podcast.
That's right.
Did we talk about that yet?
It is my first time, but if you ask anybody that knows me, and you know a few of them, they'll tell you that it's pretty tough to get me to shut up. So
people will not be
How
surprised.
was your first time?
it was in a Buick. So
Smooth ride,
yeah,
they say.
it's almost like a short bus.
That's a reference to Jim. We can't go into
Yeah,
that.
that's a long story. Trust me.
How dare you? Okay. Anyway. All right. Okay. So this is good. School buses.
Dig the hole deeper.
No. Let's say deeper. All right. So I was.
It's getting warm down here.
All right. I'll go into here. I got a way.
Okay.
I got a pathway. Anyhow, so we were talking about the Police, the band, a couple episodes ago. How big are the balls on Sting? Everybody used their name back then. Maybe a nickname, maybe a fake name, but it was always a name. And here's Gordon Sumner, or whatever his real name is. You know what you do? Just call me Sting. That is so baller.
Unfortunately, Cher had already started it.
Damn it.
Sorry.
What
I
about,
guess he was prima donna, right?
Yes.
he was way prima donna, but actually not.
He is a prima donna. Yes.
Yeah, double entendre there.
Oh, also, I heard the song Like a Prayer. It's not about prayer.
Yeah, I think it's all about
Blowies.
think about what you
Oh.
would do, may on your knees, as the lyrics may suggest.
I want to take you there.
Maybe not you personally, but
Oh no,
I'm not here to judge.
no, you're barking up the right tree there.
I did see him packing his knee pads away in his car when we.
Have you ever seen him run? His knees are shot.
No.
That's his neck. You could lift a car with the neck, but anyway, the knees, not so much. A lot of gravel back in his day.
How does Target get on me?
Target? I'm not gonna bring up a potential sponsor. Target. No, we're not quite there yet, but we are sponsored by Newts, fueled by Newts, I like to say, powered by Newts. Newts, Apple Valley. Mark, should we do it?
Yes.
It's Apple Valley's premier.
Oh no, I can't do that. You do the whole thing
Oh, look at him. It's like I asked him to lift a car off a burning child.
with my neck.
Newts is Apple Valley. Well, kid's got a bright future, I'll say that. Unless, anyway.
At least the next 10 minutes.
Newts is, no, it's less than 10 minutes. Newts is, I mean, I get the 9. But
That's what the timer's for. No,
we're gonna get back to their sponsor, Stack here.
The poor sponsor. My goodness.
It just seems like they deserve better. But they got us. Anyway, so Newt's is Apple Valley, Minnesota's premier fresh hot popcorn, ice cold beer, hot juicy burger, sometimes successful pull tab box emporium. It's just south of the river by a lot, depending on the river you're coming from. It's Apple Valley. It's about between just south of County Road 42, which a lot of people know, Pilot Knob Road. Apparently, they have a great lunch special. I've not enjoyed that because I work so hard during the day. But it is you get a cheeseburger, fries, and a pop for a ridiculously low price. And they probably have pull tabs going during the day too. So any of you degenerates that people like me that like to pay pull tabs, give them a visit. Tell them the Ascertainers told you to drop on by. But we thank Newts and all associated with Newts. And again, Mr. X, I'm not sure, did you say in the last episode you have been to Newts? What's your opinion? Tell us what you think if you have been.
Well, I grew up in Rochester, so I've been there plenty of times. And it's in Rochester, kind of like passing of the torch among family members. You have to go and you have to keep going because you're going to love it.
So Newt's is a Rochester institution, and we're trying to make it an Apple Valley one too. So go to Newt's. Damn it. Think that'll get them? Think
It will
help?
Damn it. For emphasis, I liked it.
Damn it. Go.
Damn it, Jim.
So, I love all the damn it references. We could do an episode just on damn it. Okay, so what I want to talk about, because time just went so fast on the other one, is we talked about nicknames. Sting, nickname. It made me think of some people I grew up with that had nicknames. And some liked the nickname they got and some didn't like the nickname they got. Can you think of any, when you were a kid, nicknames that were weird and did have a good story or not? I haven't prepped anybody on this. I couldn't give you a couple examples, but
In my era, I think it's the same as Jim. We all had nicknames.
what was
My
yours?
group was
Pray tell.
Shug, Buzz, Irv, Tugger.
That was you?
No, mine was my last name. It's shortened. You never called anybody by their actual name.
Yeah, I would agree with that. All of my friends kind of had something similar where there was some variation of their name. Like one of my best friends from childhood, we called him George. His name's not George at all.
Do you remember how he got George?
I just started. His name's Jordan, so I started calling him Jorge, and it just turned into George. And I still, to this day, 20 years later, call him George. He might be in my phone as George. I can't remember, but that's almost all of us still call him that.
I don't think any one of my fantasy. I got 10-guy fantasy team football. Got a couple of fantasy teams. The one we're talking about right now is football related. But I can only think, so out of 10 guys, I think 2 go by their name. But there's Petey, Walt, Digger, BJ, Bones, Dino. That one, his name is Scott. No, it's his name. That was pretty easy. My last name altered. I think that's all of them. But anyway, so childhood nicknames, we talked about that. What I really wanted to get to, though, was if you had a kid you grew up with that did something that was so legendary that they're still known for it, whether it's a good thing or a bad thing. And this is the thing I wanted to call my kids on to see if we could test out how a phone call sounds on the podcast. But also, if I'm going to mention a name to each of my kids, and if they can go, oh, is that the kid that? Because that would be messed up if that were the case.
In my case, it's something that's so heinous that I don't ever want to bring it up.
Oh, then don't. Like, if a guy killed a guy, I don't know about that. Called him killer. Oh, Jesus. Well, don't do that. Is it you?
I got away with it.
Statute of limitations. The statute of limitations says that you're fine, Hector.
Like I was telling our guest tonight, he graduated with like 500.
Yeah.
I was 602.
Yeah.
I was 160. You know everybody in the high school.
Yeah.
You know their families.
Well, I know everyone in my class that did that. Oh, there weren't any. So just I know if there's probably statistically someone did. They probably got away with it though.
My high school was 7th through 12th,
It's just so
which
dark.
was a really strange. I saw things that no 7th grader should have seen.
Wow, where are we? We stumbled onto a real dark portion here. What'd you see? Oh, you mean like a 18-year-old in the locker room?
I think he was older than 18 because he was a coach.
Oh,
no,
geez.
I'm kidding. I'm
Wow.
kidding.
Wow.
No, but I remember my
Mark went to a Catholic school, by the way. So too soon for the Catholic jokes. My bad.
Homeschooled. That's the weird part.
my first week, I was the 7th grade, and 2 seniors were fighting outside a classroom, and they were fighting. It was like Fight Club. It was just brutal. And the teacher walks out and he goes,
Even back then?
he just threw his hands up. He said, I can't stop this.
Yeah.
But we had one teacher that happened. He was on the Jamaican track Olympic team. He was our track coach. Set, go.
That was pretty good.
He would do that over and over again.
One more time.
Set, go.
Another.
It's not like the crab from the Little Mermaid.
Let's just wrap it up from here. Yeah, just keep doing that. How can you get a Jamaican accent on a 2-letter word? Go.
I don't know, but he does it really well.
Appreciate the grammar too. Excellent
2
quality.
guys, the same type of thing. This was 8th grade, and he walks out.
So this is 3 years later from the first fight because that was 7th grade.
God, you're a bastard.
Free algebra's hard, I get it.
X grade.
And this guy he's in shape. He walks out there. He broke up that fight in seconds.
We just
was
grabbed him by the scruff.
They met their heads together. He said, if you want to fight, there you go.
That's the Jamaican way. I like that.
I love that.
We should introduce more Jamaican ways here.
Well, maybe not for this episode because this has already got dark enough. We could talk about our ideas for improving behaviors in schools because I think it's out of control. I think Family Guy said it best. Family Guy, and South Park, Simpsons. Where I was going was there was a Family Guy where these kids are in high school and they're like, hey, let's go do something to the janitor. Let's go, whatever, antagonize the janitor because he can't do anything. And they're like, yeah. And they all, at some point, it became okay just to, where teachers couldn't do anything. In my day, teachers, this is well known, teachers were known for what they would do to you if you, it would the F around and whatever.
Yeah.
You found out once, or you heard about someone that found out, and you were good to go. You realized, well, there's no way you do that twice. They did it twice, and you're like, if you're dumb enough to be the third guy, everyone's going to watch and enjoy your stupidity. But
if you're any age that's around this table, well, our guest, he could kick anybody's ass. Someone like me, if two high school kids are fighting, they could kick my ass if they both turned on me when I tried to break it up.
Yeah, and I mean, I had seen that too. There was this kid. I think he got held back a couple of times, and he.
Is this a self story?
Yeah, right. This kid is definitely not Mr. X.
This kid was like just lowercase x. Is what they called him back then.
Little x, little apostrophe x, and he no, it is a kid I went to school with. He was always a little bit bigger and always fighting. He was fighting this kid in the cafeteria one day, and I think we were in 8th grade. And unfortunately, the choir teacher was the closest classroom. So he came running down the hallway, and he jumped over the cafeteria fence at the middle school there in Rochester. And he grabbed the kid by the shoulders and turned him around to get him to stop. And that kid turned and wheeled on him and hit him with a beautiful right hook. And he just folded the teacher like a lawn chair. I mean, boom. And he hit the deck. And then he turned around and continued to beat the crap out of the kid.
That could go back to school that day, or do you get, that sounds like an assault.
I don't remember.
Oh, but it was junior high. He's a juvie.
It was junior high, yeah. I do know at some point it became non-juvie for him. I would imagine he'd still probably be there. Maybe.
But he got his doctorate in violence later on.
Yeah, he earned all his street credits. And
Dr. DMX, Dr. XXX.
Yeah.
So in that school, they didn't have industrial arts at that time, did they? Like shop class and stuff?
We did, yeah. We did.
Oh, because we had here's the shop teacher.
Yeah, we had one of those too. Mr. God, what was his name?
It couldn't have been the same guy.
I doubt it. No, there's no way.
We had Mr. Wiegert, I think was our guy. He was older than me then.
Mr. Mandler. And I feel like he had 4 fingers on one hand, but it's hard to say.
All right, so back to childhood legends. I thought this would be funny. I'm gonna call.
Are you saying what we're talking about is not funny?
That was a showstopper. I had to get it in. I have to do this now because I don't think it'll be as funny as the last thing you just did. All right, so this will prove to me. This will prove to me whether kids listen or
Thank
not,
you,
or how much they listen or pay attention.
Talk to me, Goose.
Is this the big cat?
I believe so.
All right. Oh, nice voice. What's going on with that? Also,
is there a cat in the background?
Are you going outside? Yeah, they do have a cat. So, question. I'm going to say a name, and you tell me if this name brings up any thought. It's a name from my childhood, and the name is Greg.
Nope.
Thank you. All right, I'll talk to you later. I got to call your brother.
Alex,
Mark wants to say hey.
Can you hear me?
Can you hear Mark? Why wouldn't he? It's a fucking telephone. what would you think? It's on speakerphone. He can hear you. What are you, fucking John Edgar Bell? What was that guy's name?
Alexander Graham Bell.
What did I say?
John Edgar Bell.
Okay, see you, pal.
Bye.
Okay.
John Edgar Bell.
That's not even there. Edgar Allan Bell. Shite. All right, gotta try one more call.
Edgar Allan Poe.
No, you're thinking about John Wilkes.
Oof.
Damn it. All right.
How is that schooling in Rochester?
Not great.
Here, we got
me,
this guy's
called Chris Lindahl.
Forwarded to voicemail.
Tried to slip a Chris Lindahl ad in there for you just to fill time.
What's your next topic
next,
you want to bring up?
school lunch.
School lunch.
School lunch, which I brought this up to Mark, and he's like, wouldn't know.
Wouldn't know.
I brown baked it every.
Oh, sure.
I grew up poor.
Yeah, same.
Did a lot of the kids, like in high school, do you brown bagged it?
Oh yeah.
So were you a minority, or were other kids brown bagging?
I
it
don't
too?
want to say that I was.
Nobody knows that.
Yeah, just kidding. He's not white.
He isn't.
That's true. For sure.
Wow, this went fast into the.
Got it. Sorry about that one. Can't take me
So
anywhere.
you brought your lunch to school. Did other people like join you, or were you the only kid eating your bag lunch and everybody else got what, hot lunch? Is that what you called it? at your
Hot
school?
lunch, correct. I folded up the brown paper bag
Brought it home.
and put it in my back
Yeah.
pocket and brought it home
I mean,
to use all week.
it must have been like a generational difference because we were so poor. I don't think we could have afforded to brown bag it every day. We couldn't, we got lunch from the system pretty much. We got school hot lunch.
So you got the Uncrustable? Is that what?
No, we got it was mostly the regular food.
Okay.
But there was like an allowance you got every month. And I don't know what program that was from, but
I'm
I
not
didn't mean
sure
to bring
we
up
even.
I didn't mean to bring this up as
I'm not sure we even had that program.
yeah, and that's what I mean. It might have just not been a thing because there's no chance. I don't know if there was days we probably didn't have enough food to bring.
My mom would make me, let's say, a bologna sandwich, and she put the Miracle Whip on it.
Yeah.
And I'd throw it in my locker,
Oh,
and it
yeah.
would get like 80 degrees.
Oh yeah, it was hot.
And it would sit there for, I don't know, 5 hours, and
Yeah.
I would.
Would it
Take it,
ferment? Would you
eat
get
it.
a little buzz when you ate it?
It was cottage cheese sandwich by the time lunch rolled around.
Oh, it was never that bad.
Here's an interesting question though. So, to me, bear with me. So nowadays they say that, oh well, we have to just, again, we're trying to be political, but this is in the news in Minnesota. Like every kid gets free food, whether you can afford it or not, because we don't want to make the kids that aren't able to afford it. It's not the kid's fault, right?
Sure, yeah.
So, I'm not judging or anything like that. But what I'm saying is that it's like there can't be shame anymore or anything like that. But I bet when you were going to school, you were a popular kid. You were the homecoming king, for crap's sakes.
Did you know that?
It didn't.
I feel like you guys have told me that.
It didn't keep you from. You know what I mean? You weren't like less than because you brought a bag lunch. Was that true or not? That you were not.
I was not.
Yeah. So what changed? You figure?
I don't know.
Neither do I. Things changed.
I
Of course,
came
then mine,
from
'cause
a
I'm way
very
younger
small
than you.
school.
That's probably part
Could
of it. But it's also like your natural just inclination to be social, to be personable. Because look,
Yeah, you
I
didn't
mean,
you didn't go cower off. You just
Yeah.
sat down and said, "Fuck it, let's eat."
and I didn't, and there's
And that could be more narcissism on my part.
It's
I don't know if that's
possible, or just you not dwelling on the fact that you don't have the thing somebody next to you might have. Because there was definitely kids that I grew up with that got made fun of because they were the sweatpants kid and they didn't have any other outfits or whatever. And then meanwhile, we're not far from that at my house. And I had tons of friends and I socialized. That's what I mean. It's like it's your natural inhibition or reaction
So if you have the wherewithal to not let that get you down, you didn't allow it to get you down. You just and I still think that kids don't know
they don't.
different. They figure what they're going through is just a thing.
Well, in that moment, but there were definitely kids that we went to school and like we were ribbon kids for this or that or whatever the thing was, whether it was the same for me or not. I guess, for my circumstances, I just didn't think about it. It wasn't like, oh, I'm broke, I can't have friends. I was at school and I wanted to have fun. I didn't want to be at school. So my natural reaction was to be a clown and to goof around and have a good time. So, I think it's just, I don't know that it's all the person, but I think more so it's who you are is going to dictate that way more than the circumstance. You had brown paper bag lunches and you kept the bag and you're the king of the homecoming. That's great. And I had a great time. I had more friends than I knew what to do with. Definitely way more friends than I have now. And it's just,
Well, it's dropping rapidly.
yeah, I know. I came to this place with 2 potentials and I'm leaving with 0, so that's good.
Yeah, but you bet against yourself, so you won still. You know,
But I do think, like, to your point, I didn't know. It was just Tuesday. I didn't know if we had money or not. I knew I didn't have a ton of stuff at home.
So fast forward to today. You guys wouldn't have cell phones probably, or would you?
Absolutely not.
So
Oh.
then you would be at such a disadvantage.
Socially, absolutely.
I remember when one thing I'll say is that we got made one of the good rips on our family. It's a pretty good one too, is that we all had the same glasses. So it's like, what do you buy? A case of glasses? we were all fucking bad eyes. And we had, actually though, I think 2 of us had the tortoise shell and my middle brother had black. And he seemed like I had tape on him too, because he was getting roughhoused. But anyway, if you saw a picture of us, like for the church, like photograph, you'd be like, oh my God, how long have they been in this country? Because nothing matched. And it was loud, like loud prints and then stripes that were going all different directions and shit, and haircut, the old basement haircut and everything else.
Yep.
Again, I didn't know because I hung around with other people that were.
Back in the day, a down jacket was the thing to wear.
God, I've heard this story before.
And my mom made me a down jacket. You could tell it was made by my mother.
Yeah.
It kept me warm.
A little puffier than some? Or a
No,
little less puffy?
puffy.
Okay.
I wore it for years.
But
And
how
I didn't
how
care.
often did that have an impact on you when you left the house that day? You were like, oh man, I got to wear this coat.
The first time nobody said anything, nobody cares
Yeah.
what I'm wearing. I guess it goes back to narcissism.
Yeah.
Nobody cares
I
what
don't
I'm
know
doing.
if it's narcissism for like, you make it sound like a bad thing. I just think kids are self-centered generally, right? They're not as aware of what's around them,
Yeah.
but I think it's just think that, to me, the big thing was if you had a pair of Levi's jeans.
Yeah.
I didn't have
Never.
a pair of Levi's jeans till like maybe 7th or 8th grade. And even then they were like they had the wrong color tag and they weren't 100% cotton. I'm just like, I get so close. But I still felt like, I'm a better person because I got these Levi jeans on. You have younger kids than Mark and I do. I feel for kids that it's just a whole different terrain that they have to navigate.
It's really tough now. I feel like it's harder now than it was when I was growing up, because I know the things that I was trying to hide, that I, me and my friends would do, or I was trying to keep away from my parents.
Smoking cigarettes or
or sneaking some beers.
Okay, so
things like that.
Hood rat shit. Oh, not like you were trying to hide that you had a hole in your socks or
No.
something.
No. Those are the things that I was concerned about. I don't, and maybe that's just me having a caveman brain, but I just don't really think about how other people view me, and I don't really remember ever doing it. At least as a kid, definitely not.
That's kind of wild.
These kids have so many more things that they have to worry about. Like if you don't have your phone and you don't have all the apps that these kids are on, and I don't even know what the apps that the kids use now, because it transforms that fast. But to try and keep up with that, and then the things that can happen in a digital space for kids nowadays that we absolutely never had to worry about.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even when I was in high school, we had, and this will put my age right into a certain frame for a lot of people that are older, we had AOL Instant Messenger when I got to high school. So you had like a screen name and you had a friends list, and you could go in there and chat with your friends. It was like texting in a way.
But that was after you got the dial-up internet work.
That was after you got your welcome.
Mark's sister still has an AOL email address.
That's awesome. I like that.
I think so, yeah.
I believe it.
That's awesome. Those are few and far between nowadays. But, we just didn't have to worry about what was happening on Instagram or Snapchat or I guess kids don't really use Facebook
I
anymore.
think it goes back to a mindset, though. There was everything we could have been worried about, even though there's more technology out there. It's the mindset that you have to be like everybody else.
Sure, yeah. That's true.
You teach the kids that you don't have to be exactly like everyone thinks you should
Right,
be.
and there's a lot of influence. I mean, when you were young, and definitely when I was young too, there was no such thing as an influencer, right? That's just a job now. You go on and you do things on the internet that are supposed to influence the generation coming up that are watching this kind of stuff, and we definitely never had to worry about that. And so I think for me and probably for you guys too, is a lot easier to be present where you were
Right.
with who you
Mhm.
were with.
You're
You didn't have to worry about any exterior stuff. If you were hanging out swimming with your buddies, you had nothing else going on. That
And
was
you
it.
accidentally took a shit in the pool, the whole world wouldn't know about it.
Well,
Just
just
geez,
yeah. Thank
four
God
other
there's
four
no
other
camera.
naked boys you were with. But
Yeah.
no, it was every kind of disaster was contained
Yeah,
to,
absolutely.
and that's maybe how you know you can trust
Certain people, right?
because
Yeah,
everyone does it. Everyone's going to have their moment and
Yeah.
stuff. But that's that kind of remember that movie Stand By Me?
Yeah.
You know, they could be kind of vulnerable to each other, and you know, one kid cried, and one kid was poor.
Yeah.
That was a thing, and one kid's dad was fucking nuts, and you know, all this kind of stuff. That I my heart goes out to young people today. Maybe it's like me with a bad haircut and bad eyesight until I got glasses, and then the day I got glasses, I realized, oh my God, I got a bad haircut. Also, I could see the board and I could see like traffic and shit.
Yeah,
too.
well, it's just a different like path that they have to go down. Can you imagine?
Are you good?
Yeah, I'm okay. Can you imagine
I like
how
that
many?
sound.
And I know we're not bringing stuff up, but obviously something crazy happened that we all saw this week. Some of us were maybe able to avoid it, and if that's possible, good for you. But do you know how many kids probably saw that because they have a TikTok or they have an Instagram or a YouTube, and that came across their feed? They weren't asking for that, and like those are just things that we didn't have to traverse. At
That's a
least,
very good
Well,
point.
unless you were really looking for it.
Well, the Kennedy or the guy that was it Oswald? He got killed on live TV, didn't he?
Lee Harvey
But
Oswald.
that wasn't graphic necessarily. Should we transfer some of that?
No, that's- I'm okay.
Are you okay?
Sirhan with RFK was
That was pretty
videotaped.
bloody. That was Well,
JFK,
And in ways, you know, that kind of stuff pops up, and I do think it's important that kids of a certain age know what's out there and know that that kind of stuff happens, and that, you know, this is the world that they're coming into.
mhm.
They don't have a choice for it, but to have it in your pocket is a little bit different than sitting down in front of the TV, maybe with your mom or dad, and talking about,
true,
hey,
very true.
Bobby Kennedy got killed today. This is who this is, and this is why this probably happened, as opposed to your 12-year-old friend sends it to you because you have an iPhone. You know, there's not that kids need 100% guidance on absolutely everything, but when you're 12, you don't know shit.
Right.
When you're 13, I mean, I'm definitely not 12 or 13,
I'm
and I
16.
still don't know shit.
I'm 61 and I wasn't ready for that
No,
image.
no,
It was not
you
good.
don't unsee it. You can't. And I think I brought it up to you. I remember the first time I saw something like that. And I still can see that. You know, that was going on 30 years ago.
Was it the Faces of Death video?
No, but I did watch
I watched those.
I did watch that too. No,
the
it
electric
was
chair thing. I wonder if that was fake or not. But
I feel like
that
some of it
really-
definitely was fake.
Some of it was.
There was a reporter in the late 90s, early 2000s. He got captured by the Taliban.
Oh yeah.
His name was Daniel something. So
Yeah.
sorry, I can't remember his
No,
name.
that's
But they decapitated him, and they, you know, and as a 13 or however old I wasn't ready to see that. I don't typically want to see that, or I definitely don't want to see that right now.
well. The weird thing is, it's like it's like I think I want to, and then as soon as you're like it starts to happen, it's like why did I? Fucking
And
wanna
I
this?
do still, I'll stand by it, and I will watch things like that from time to time, because I do think it's important that, you know, that's a part of our world. As ugly and evil as that is, I don't want to see it, but they are here, they are out here, and they live among us. You know, maybe not that instance since we're on the other side of the globe, but that kind of stuff is out there, and it's. I think it's important to not just stick our head in the sand and pretend in our little safe bubble in America that that's not the reality.
That's the expression I was going to say. It's a fine line between overexposure and putting your head in the sand just to
Yeah.
say, I'm just not gonna. If I don't look at it, it's not real.
Well, right, and it's easy to do that, right? Because we're all busy, we all have stuff going on, and yeah, I don't think the majority of us, at least, don't want to do that. We or not that we don't want to. We don't want to see it, but if we just ignore it, it's almost kind of like letting it be okay or letting it happen in our own weird way.
I'm retired. I have nothing going on in my life.
I strive for that, so good for you.
Since I'm retired, I finally found something I'm good at.
That's definitely not golf. What's it?
Yeah, well, yeah. Tell us. We're dying to know.
No, I've that people used to ask me when I was growing up because I've never wanted to go to school. I never like had a thing that I was trying to do, and they're like, "Well, what do you want to do when you get old?" I was like, "Retire. I want to retire next week. That's my dream job. Do nothing."
Mine was to be a football player.
Yeah, I had sports aspirations too, but I kind of realized pretty quick that might not. I was a fairly athletic kid, to be fair to my own self, but I got myself caught up at school enough times where academics and athletics didn't always see eye to eye.
Missed a couple games, did you?
Missed a couple of games, missed a season or 4.
Hmm.
That happened to me also.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Mark played Division I football,
Okay.
but there's more or less.
What you don't have to say what school. I don't. That's probably too personal. But was it like a main conference, a big conference?
Air Force.
Air Force Academy.
I gotcha. Okay. I think I knew that.
Tell us
actually.
about the time did you go Doc Brown or what was that? What's that in Field of Dreams where the doctor crosses the?
I never started a game,
You dressed?
sidelights. And
Were on
while the
sidelines, were you
clock
wearing
was
jeans?
running, I put my foot on the field.
Hey, there you go.
So I actually got
Rudy,
playing time.
Rudy.
Yeah, you taught me.
Well, I was a wide receiver on a option.
Run-oriented.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wishbone offense.
Right,
So
They've stayed pretty true to that, to their credit.
they call it the flex bone.
That's
now.
right. Yep.
The flex bone.
Yeah.
Oh, that was also in that Mayo Clinic
Yeah,
medical
it said
book.
something about as you get older, flex bone becomes more common.
That's
Troy Calhoun, don't listen to this episode.
I don't know who that is, but sorry,
He's the
Troy.
coach of
well, yeah.
Air Force
Now,
right
now
now.
we assume he's got a little problem down there.
Yeah, sorry about your ED, Troy. Don't worry, they make chews for that. You'll be fine.
You guys are terrible.
Before it was called ED, it was called
Just because I
TC.
just because I played golf well today, you guys are just
Hey,
fishing.
not-
Mark, you
well
took
enough.
second. You got the silver. I got the bronze. Mr. X got the gold. So what are you patting yourself on the back for again?
Just want to see if you remember. We got to, I believe it was the 7th hole, and you were adding up the score, and I said, "Is it 3 or 4? Because if I'm down 3, I got a chance. If I'm down 4, it's over."
And didn't
Yes.
he say something?
He did. I don't remember exactly what he said.
And I go, that's no way that's going to haunt you.
You've seen me golf. You can make that up. You
That's
can-
it was something along those lines.
Oh, I thought he threw some smoke at you.
No,
at
that was
one
a
point.
couple of holes later because then he said something about, gosh, I wish I could remember, but I was like, you know what? Wherever this next ball goes, you totally deserve it.
He had a line, and it was. I thought it was like legendary. And Mark's not a big trash talker, but it was a very subtle. It was like you can wear anything kind of a line from the tee box right before he hit, and then he just laced one down the middle.
Oh, yeah.
And it
Yeah,
was like
it was one of those things where, like, especially if you're a Minnesota fan, if you say something like that, you just jinxed yourself.
Yeah.
And so you said kind of like a little underhanded comment back to Jim, and he was thinking it, and I was thinking it. I was like, oh, that's not going to end
I didn't
well
even know
for
if
him.
Mark knew how brilliant it was.
It was
He
good.
pulled it off.
I
Very-
don't know.
No, and then
even what I
And then
said.
you hit a
Accidental.
dead straight shot right into the fairway, and
Yeah.
Jim brought it up. He's like, "Gosh, you should have jinxed yourself with that, or something
Yeah.
along those
Yeah,
lines."
if you're gonna jinx yourself, that was the
That was the way to do it.
that was
And
the
I was,
line.
and yeah, you said he's got ice in his.
It was right down the middle, probably 420 yards.
440.
feet.
440 inches.
A lot of
from
guys
where
use
you hit it.
yards, but Mark uses hands, like in horse. How you measure a horse? But so
Hit it 9 Clydesdales.
to stay true. My lord.
To taste.
Dial 911. To
Never
stay
forget.
true to the format, we should do song of the week. I'm going to make one more quick phone call here. See if I can get the local childhood legend thing. I think this one will know it.
Hello?
Hey, is this Andrew?
Yeah.
Hey, you're live on the Ascertainers. I have a quick question. I'm going to name.
No way!
Yeah. What's the phrase that pays? No. I know this could end poorly. So I'm going to say a name from my childhood, and I want to see if you can associate this name with a thing. The name is Greg. Hey,
I don't know.
he's the kid that shit his pants in 4th grade.
Oh, yeah. I remember when you told me that driving to baseball practice at Middle School East.
Just to make sure you didn't shit your pants at school. But
Did I shit my pants? Yeah.
no, because of Greg, you're welcome. But
I'm very close with my adult life.
We all have.
oh, by the way, we're still in the air. I'll talk to you later.
Is this a podcast?
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Do it. Do whatever you want with that. I was hoping each kid would go, oh, is that the kid who shit his pants in the 4th grade? Because I brought it up multiple times that don't be like that. No song of the week or song of the day?
I
Do it.
have one. JJ Kale, Crazy Mama. JJ Kale is a great blues guy, and I didn't really know about him till a couple of years before he passed. He wrote Call Me the Breeze that Leonard Skinner
song?
covered.
Wow. I didn't know that.
It's totally different to his version compared to
That
Leonard
More
is-
like
Skinner.
slow hand.
Yes.
Yeah. I can imagine that now that you say that.
Oh, by the way, so JJ Kale, what's the name of the song?
Crazy Mama.
Crazy Mama. Okay. I just realized that the pan flute, are you familiar?
I am.
It's from Zamfir's work, perhaps?
No, I don't. There's guys that always come down to like the Olmsted County Fair and sell their, well, now probably, I don't know if they still do. I haven't been there a long time, but they used to play that there.
Well, when I was growing up, there was be a commercial on, like during cartoons, and it was this guy named Zamfir, and he would play songs on his pan flute. And I'm like, where did they come up with that? It's because of that's what pan, the half man, half pan. I think I can help you with the whole pan thing.
Is it cast iron or
No.
non-stick?
Oh my God, I'm stuck here. This is so great, you guys. So pan is
How you say bread in Spanish. All right.
all I can think of is Step Brothers. Is it Pam? So anyway, pan is no, it's not pan.
Peter?
It's like comb. There's a B at the end. So anyway, I just thought it was like they named it. It's called a pan flute because that's what Pan played. But you guys
Peter Pan.
are too thick to get.
You're right. Sorry.
I also have a question.
Thought it was from
Do you know
Panama.
you ever guys had deviled ham?
Oh, I
Yeah.
Underwood devil ham.
I
What
used
was
to
that
love
guy?
that.
Was he a pan too? He kind of did the legs like this. It wasn't a human. He had like horns and shit, didn't he?
Yeah, what is that called? It's not a pan. The character though, it's like a goat guy.
Yes,
Yeah, and I can't. It's a Greek.
but it's
It's a
not.
Greek
It's not
Greek
pan. though.
mythology creature. It's not a pan.
I'm gonna go.
It's gosh, this is gonna bug me until you find it. All right, well, while he's looking that up, mine was gonna be "Stormy Monday," which is a blues song, and it's from the album that Buddy Guy and Stevie Ray Vaughan did together. If you've never listened to it, you should listen to the whole thing. And it's them riffing. It's live, and they're just riffing back and forth, and you can just hear how kind of in awe of each other they are while they converse throughout the
That
whole
sounds-
thing.
I wish I would have gone first. It's so much more interesting than mine. I will post that. I'm assuming I could find a video of that on the.
I don't know
internet.
if there's a video because I think it was from like '83, but the album is out there, absolutely.
Yeah, there's probably a post of it, like at least the audio.
Well, I'm sure,
perhaps
yeah,
a
on
live
YouTube,
version.
there's a YouTube of it, yeah. It's kind of, in a musical way, it's like watching the Olympics, because you're just watching the best people that have ever done it do the thing that they do, and when you can hear, they all have their own like little signature sounds that they make. Like Stevie Ray Vaughan's very distinctive in some of the steps that he plays and things that he does, and to hear that kind of contrast with like an old school legend, it's another record, like I talked about the one in a previous episode there. It's a record you can just put on and you don't ever have to touch a button. You might turn it up a little bit more, but you never have to skip anything. It's just great the whole way through.
Holy shit. Yeah, mine was Reservoir by PUP. Good song. Listen to it. We were at the Dark Horse. It's a bar. It's right across from the Gopher Bar, sorta, by Barrel Theory, which is one of my favorite, like, local, what do you call it, microbrew places. But they play albums. They play entire albums.
That's awesome.
So when you're sitting in there, it's like, wow, they're playing a lot of Pixies. And then you realize it's not just a side either. Anyway, a band came on, and I got totally stumped. It was a live album, and I go, Chris, this sounds like Traffic. Is it Traffic? So I made her like Shazam it or whatever, and she goes, nope. I guess. It was Blue Oyster Cult, early Blue Oyster Cult. Sounds nothing like the late 70s Fear the Reaper type stuff, or Black Blade, or Godzilla. It's just an entirely different sound, and their bass player just shreds. So anyway, there's that. BB King's overrated, everybody?
Yes and no. I mean, he has...
This is overrated. That one note in the
his more recent stuff, for sure, it could never hold up. But he has the following and the prestige, or whatever you want to call it, that he has for a reason. But he's definitely not the best guy ever.
Overrated may be the wrong word. I think overrated is the right word. I know he can play.
Yeah. 40 years ago.
People that can play guitar, right? 8-year-old kids can play guitar. They can cover Slash and stuff. But his style was always so mellow.
It was really slow.
And that
Yeah.
I would maybe if they just let him rip, go a little Glenn Campbell, or a little who's the other guy from Roy Clark? Roy Clark. Those pickers, they're fast and everything else. But Mark's getting ready to say something, but I'm going to cut him off. But because BB King's overrated, and I lost my train of thought.
Speaking of BB King, if you want to see another, it's like maybe a 2-minute clip. I don't know what the show was, but there's a show where on the stage it's BB King and Derek Trucks, and then John Mayer's on the stage, which he's a very underrated guitarist.
Agreed.
Musically,
you want to hate him, but you can't.
Me. He's a funny guy if you get his humor,
Yes.
but musically he's super gifted. But so those three guys are sitting on a stage, it's like an outdoor event, and they're just kind of riffing. And then Derek Trucks does what Derek Trucks does. And they, at one point, John Mayer's face says everything that you're thinking. He's just like, what the fuck was that?
For real? Was it all slide work, or was he playing?
It's incredible. You'll have to, before I leave, you should watch it, because I like to see people's reactions to this, because then BB King is kind of in the same, he's just like, they're both blown away by this guy.
Which is hard to do, right? If you're a guitarist, it's like.
Yeah, and these guys are the top of the top, right?
Yeah.
And maybe BB King's, one step down from that or whatever, but these guys have been or are at the top of music, especially when it comes to guitars and blues.
There's Knopfler, and then there's Lindsey Buckingham. Lindsey Buckingham and Jeff Beck and Lindsey Buckingham had a lot of the same kind of, it was hard to watch. It was like, ooh, I don't like that. Because Beck didn't play with a pick, he just played with his thumb and his fingers. And all the every great guitarist will tell you, the tone comes from this hand, not this hand. It's the right hand.
Well, and even if you've ever picked up a guitar and tried to learn some of his riffs, Lindsey's riffs, I hope you have a lot of time, because
is it because he tuned it weird, or is it because it's technically so hard?
Just because of how he moves his fingers. Try to look up, what's Never Going Back Again, and try to play the intro to that, and just see how long it takes you to maybe pick up the first few bars. Because it's hard for people that have done it and that have played guitars for a long time. And there's just certain people that kind of, you know, they're doing things way different than the norm, and he's one of them, definitely.
I guess some people it just comes to naturally, right? It's
Yeah.
like you don't teach that, so you just
Right.
sounded good, did it.
A lot of those people are not taught by anybody.
No, they're not. They know the framework of music and how to play, but then they just do things that are way outside. You know, they just think more laterally than the rest of us. We're all thinking C, G, D, and they're just moving their hands because it makes sense. It's very weird. But yeah, that same with that Derek Trucks clip. You watch that and you're just like, what the hell was that?
He is my favorite guitarist right now,
Yeah, and
Derek Trucks.
he's
Really?
he's very underrated. I mean, they don't play like contemporary stuff that would get picked up and become popular, but the following they have is warranted because he's incredible.
I got to
Love
look
reading.
into Derek Trucks more. All I know about Derek Trucks is that he was like a child prodigy.
Yeah.
And looks like that.
Well, he's related to
Stuck.
Dwayne Allman.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny you should say. I was going to say something that is just so.
Well, he's
bad
played
to
with
say.
the Allman Brothers once in a while.
Yep.
And he plays with Government Mule.
Yep.
Once in a while.
Yep. Yeah, and that's another really underrated guy is Warren Haynes. He for that scene, he's as good as
The only thing with Government Mule is that they'll invite anybody to play
Yeah.
with
Okay,
them.
there. I'll give you that. Okay.
Yeah, they are a set band, but they play with a lot of people all the time. And that's pretty typical of like that jam scene.
Yes,
When
exactly.
you get into like Widespread Panic and String Cheese and all those guys where it's just like, can we fit 38 people up here? Fucking let's do it then. And they do. And it's fine if that's your thing. It's
Prince, when they were doing the
The tribute for Concert for George.
sure.
and it was quite a few musicians on the
Too many.
stage.
That is one of the most iconic performances probably all time.
And I checked it. I don't know if I said this when it first aired a couple episodes ago. I verified that the Rolling Stone had come out with the top 100 guitarists of all time, and he wasn't on the list, and he was a little
Yeah.
salty about that.
Yeah,
So he
there's
decided to send a little message.
There's a documentary about some of a documentary about him. There's a piece about that. And they didn't let him, somebody at the rehearsal for that stole the solo. And so when it got time to do the actual show, he just played straight through the next two solos or something like that.
Yeah, he didn't really relinquish.
No, and like he had it set up clearly because he had a guy there to catch him when he fell off the stage backwards while he was still playing. So if you've never seen that, that's another really
Part of that video is Harrison's kid. It's Danny, by the way.
he's just having a good time.
H-N-I, Danny, or Donnie. I don't know how you say it. But yeah, how he lit up when Prince was playing.
Yeah.
It was like Prince was playing for him. And it's cool.
Well, what's not to love? If you watch that and that doesn't bring you joy, you shouldn't listen to music because that was as good as it gets. Like when you have a guitar in your hands.
I was going to say something about Derek Trucks, and I've said this about, who did I say? I've said it about another person. It has to do with aesthetics. People know who John Mayer is because he looks like John Mayer. And he's a good guitarist.
Right.
Turns out, again, John Mayer, you don't want to like him, but
It's hard not to.
you got it almost, yeah. Can you imagine if Derek Trucks looked like John Mayer?
Yeah, he unfortunately looks like he drives a Derek truck.
He would.
So
He would
not,
be.
sorry if you're a truck driver. I didn't mean it like that. But
He looks like an Allman
he's
brother.
not a handsome man.
no, he does look like an Allman brother. He looks like a mechanic, or he's not front of the
He
magazine
doesn't have
material.
that. Like
me.
that would be like he would potentially be.
Who was the kid? Yeah, and sorry I cut you off.
No worries.
Who was the kid from Minnesota that was like
Johnny
Lang?
Did Johnny Lang in the Big Bang, and then he turned Christian. Johnny Lang's great quote is, he goes, "I'm a white kid from St. Cloud, Minnesota. What do I know about the blues?"
Yeah.
Right? Just because he could play it
Right.
didn't mean he
didn't feel it.
It wasn't his
Yeah.
authentic self or whatever.
Yeah,
and
that's fair.
he into Christian rock, and I'm assuming he's probably making a living playing music still. But
Yeah.
I think he probably had a little more upside.
That'll
I thought-
kill your mainstream career. For
There's
sure.
a I
Well,
don't know which-
Striper made it.
Who?
There's people that make it.
Did they?
They
They
did.
did too. As far as like openly Christian rock goes, yeah, that's making it. It's rare though. I mean, a lot of them don't get much play.
Andrew listened to these just death metal screamo bands. He goes, "Oh, it's Christian, Dad. You see the lyrics? Okay."
Yeah,
Let me see those lyrics. They don't have lyrics. It's just grunting and
it's a tough thing to get airtime when you're, when that's your messaging.
well.
Unfortunately,
Long as we all agree, Rush is the best band, and Grateful Dead is in the top 10.
Have you heard any Grateful Dead?
of course, yeah.
He's got a very deep. I mean, we talk a lot about stuff, but you've got a way broader library or glossary of bands than I do.
Yeah, I have a very
The Widespread Panic. I'm like,
Yeah.
I've heard of them, but you like know about them.
Yeah. And like I've seen them live. I've gone to a ton of shows.
What's your favorite? What was your best concert? If you do it again, what would you go do?
Your first and your best.
The first one, I'd have to really reach back. I don't even know if I can pick that out. The best one, I'll have to think about that for a second. I've seen a pretty fair amount of people. Like my taste in music is super eclectic too. I don't, I'm not just like, I like rock. Of course I like rock, but I listen, I have kids, so there's a fair amount of Disney songs that I'm like, yeah, that's a pretty good song.
What do you think of the Grease soundtrack? You ever heard that?
The Grease soundtrack? My stepsister growing up watched Grease every day.
Oh, for real?
I'm not kidding. There's 0 days that we took off for probably 3 or 4 years.
So you know the soundtrack?
I know the soundtrack well.
It's Grease Lightning.
It's pretty good. As far as movie musicals go, that's one of the better ones.
You are welcome back to the podcast. Anytime you like.
I didn't say I liked it, but I do know it really well.
It's-
Grease 2
Big
sucked
open.
though, so I'll fight you on that one.
oh, no worries on
Sorry,
that.
Grease 2 sucked.
There are so few sequels that were good.
That's true. We talked about that when the Happy Gilmore one came out.
Godfather 2.
I will.
I'm not a Godfather guy, but
Yeah.
almost everybody says it was better than one.
I think they all sucked. So that's.
Oh.
and I have watched
was-
them.
I was bored. It just was
It
so
took a
slow
long time to
developing.
get there. Yeah, I think if they redid that, which you can't redo movies like that,
I
If they
actually
did.
had a high opinion of you
that's okay.
till then.
That's all right. My standing with
And
myself.
he had a view until he saw you golf.
That's true. It wasn't the golf. It was that par 3, and you were on the green, but it was the club for me that really did it.
Oh,
I refuse to say it live, but we know.
I hit the driver on a 163 yard.
That's
can
true.
I? Speaking of golf, on the first hole, I don't think we even gotten to my ball yet. I'm like, you said something about clubs, and I go, that's what Mark plays. He has all woods. Give him a hard time about that.
I did give you shit about it, and part of the reason I gave you shit is because I'm envious, because I'm way better with woods and hybrids than I am with regular irons, and I wish I could do that, but my friends would fucking ruin me if I did. And it's not to say that you can't, but my friend group, I have a buddy that hits a sandwich 165 yards, and that's not an exaggeration. The way he golfs doesn't make sense to me.
Is that the pro by chance or no?
He's not. He probably could be, but he's not motivated and lazy. But he's a hell of a golfer. And there's something with those hockey kids. I don't know if you play with any guys that played hockey, but their hand-eye coordination is off the chain or off the charts. And it's every single one of them that I know can hit the ball a mile. There's something with their stance or their stick swing or whatever.
It's the core. They got the hockey. Ass.
Something, yeah. It's in the hips. Thanks, Chubbs. That's not a fat joke. That's a Happy Gilmore joke, by the way. But I do wish I could, because they do make hybrid sets.
Why would you bring that up?
I just wanted to clarify. I didn't want anybody to think that I was coming straight for the jugular there. There are tough, like when you went into the bunker on 6 or 7 or whatever, I was like, it's going to be tough to get out of there. You hit a great shot out, though. You had a long bunker shot, probably, upwards 200 yards back to the green.
Yeah, we were counting on you to fuck that one up, and it was like,
It came out great, though.
well, I was in the air.
It looked great, and I was.
Well, I was in the air, and we were like, he's gonna hit the other one.
Yeah.
It was really glorious.
It was. I was celebrating on the way down, but on the way up, I was like, "Damn it, that was great."
Thank you.
I really do, though. If I could have 6 hybrids in my bag and make it off the golf course, going around with my buddies, I probably would do it. You for not caring.
Get a hold of us at the ascertainers@gmail.com or like us on Facebook, share it with a friend.
Yeah.
And we'd like to thank our guest tonight.
Thank you.
Jim, thank you.
Hey, Mark, thank you.
And
We're
if
all
you're
getting along.
mad about something that I said that made it through the edit, then definitely get a hold of them at theascertainers@gmail.com.
That's right. This is the longest episode we've ever had.
Oh, well.
Thanks, Mark. And thanks, Mr. X. Come on
thanks,
again.
guys, for having me. It was a good time. Appreciate it.
Bye.